be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game.
Hi, I wanted to make a quick video about the OXO Good Grips jar opener here because I've seen some reviews where it's pretty clear people don't know how to use it. So I've got some items I set right over here that are very, very difficult for me to open. And I got some guns on me, man. I can open jars. I'm a guy. But this makes life so much easier. And I want to show you how to use it properly so that you won't end up leaving a negative review because you're not using it right. Because if you use it right, it will change your life. Let me demonstrate. Okay, so over here I've got a couple of jars and bottles that are traditionally very, very difficult to open. I struggle with these Gatorade bottles. I'll crush the bottle trying to get it open. And if you notice on the bottom of this jar opener, it's got teeth on it. And if I walk over here, I'll show you to the camera real close. Do you see those teeth? There they are. Teeth on one side, smooth on the other side. And then there's also this insert that comes out, which I never use, but I'll show you what it's for. The way this works is you want to push down on top of whatever it is you're opening and push forward, down and forward, down and forward. And then if what you're holding is slippery, you can use this pad, which has got a grippy surface to hold the jar, to help you hold on to the jar. In this case, it's a plastic bottle, but we're going to do the easy one first. So you push, get the cap into that V, and because it's not very deep, you have to push down and forward. And while pushing down and forward, you get all this leverage to swing this cap open, and it makes it super easy, just like that. It was so fast, did you even notice it? And I'm cracking this open for the very first time. Now, just to prove it, look, pickle jars. Everybody knows the pickle jar is difficult. We all know. All right, you see it's never been opened before. I just removed the plastic. Let's get to a close-up with camera 2 here so you can see what I'm doing close up. Okay, here's my pickle jar. It's never been opened. You know, as a guy, I'm gonna open that jar. and sometimes when we struggle so hard, I'm afraid I'm gonna crush the jar and break glass into my hand. So once again, we can use this piece if you want to. It's optional to hold on to the jar. Slide the teeth, slide the whole base forward while pressing down, and then rotate to the right. And in this case, this is actually, because my hands can't quite wrap around the jar, this isn't helping me. So I'm going to set that down. Okay, here we go. Forward, while pushing down, and then turn. Now, if you don't have this completely flat, it's not going to work well. So, and just a moment ago, I just had this tilted up and I was struggling, but the minute I flattened it, then it just rotates open. Super easy. This one frightens me because this one's such a tiny little jar, and I love these little mandarin oranges, but it's such a tiny little jar, and these lids are always put on so tight that I struggle to get these open, and again, I'm worried I'm going to crush this glass. So once again, we can use this to help hold the glass if you want to. Again, I really never use that. Same thing as always, make sure it's flat, slide it forward while pressing down, and then rotate to the right. And if it slips, that's because you haven't pushed far enough forward. If it's slipping without turning the lid, you're not putting enough forward pressure on it. Or you don't have it completely flat. So if it's completely flat and you rotate, boom. And I'm telling you, I would struggle like you wouldn't believe trying to get those jars open, and I love these darn things so much, I would actually be sore in my arms. So the more you use this, the easier it gets once you learn how to feel for it. I'm a little bit out of practice here, but it's such a lifesaver. I'm telling you, it's worth every penny, and don't believe those negative reviews because those people aren't using it correctly. The directions aren't exactly great, but it's a pretty straightforward design if you look at it, and the amount of leverage that it gives you makes opening all jars not only easy, but far, far safer. I'm just so afraid. I just felt like it was just a matter of time before I was gripping the glass so hard to counter how hard I was trying to turn the lid. I was afraid I was going to crush the glass. Now that never happened. It's only a fear in my head. But that fear is alleviated completely with this amazing kitchen gadget. Every kitchen should have it. And then you can just stick this little piece right back in there if you ever want to use it. Or sometimes if you have a slippy lid but you don't necessarily want to use this, sometimes just using this on the lid can help just to remove the lid. So just a real quick review of how to use this and what to expect if you buy one. I highly recommend them. Great stocking stuffer and just a great gift all around for no special occasion. Once you have one, you'll